Okay, we are pleased to be joined by our championship team, number 18, M&M's Toyota. Goes to victory lane today at Talladega Super Speedway, winning the Aaron's 499. The driver is Kyle Busch. Team owner is Joe Gibbs, J.D. Gibbs, and the crew chief is Steve Addington. Congratulations. You guys put on a great show out there today. It was a super race for everyone. Kyle, take us through the race. Your thoughts now. You've won at a super speedway. Last week you won at a road course, intermediate track, short track. You're hitting them all now. Congratulations. Your thoughts on winning here at Talladega.
Thank you. It was a good win for us here today. Proud of the fact that we were able to win with Joe Gibbs Racing and M&M's and Pedigree, Snickers, and Interstate Batteries, all the guys that help support this race team. But for us there in the beginning part of the race, we were riding along and tried coming down pit road there and had guys on my inside and behind me, so missed my pit stall and had to come back around the next time and get back, get our pit stop done then. So we lost a lap, but fortunately for us, we fought back and we were in the right position at the right time when we got the lucky dog, and we were able to soldier on from there and get back on the lead lap to come back through the field. And then about 10 to go, things got crazy. So I don't really, my memory's a little scratchy from those zones, but the getting through there was problematic due to the speaker system. But I can't even think what I was doing. I was running like fourth or something like that, fourth or fifth, and we were all bump drafting there. And then I got a huge shot from behind, shot me out of line. And, we got into McMurray there, and I don't know what happened with that scenario, but fortunately we were able to straighten it up and get going. And then the 42 is just my savior today, man. He pushed me all the way to the front, Juan Montoya, and gave me a great shot. Got us both all the way up to the front two spots, and then we kind of rode there. And we stayed together, and then the 55 and the 48 did the same thing. We had a caution come out, and then on that restart we shifted the 55 out, and then I think Gordon got in behind me somehow, and Jeff was pushing me. And we bump drafted Jimmy out of the way off of 4, and I got underneath him, and Jeff pushed me right past the 48. That was cool. And then, we got the 24 shoved out of line by the 42 again. And it was the 18 and the 42 there at the end, so and the 11, so that was pretty cool.
Steve, what did you see up on the pit box today? You called a great race. Your thoughts?
Well, I think I'm really proud of him being patient. When we got the lap down, I thought that when we got behind Tony and Denny there when we were a lap down, if we could just hang in there, we had a good enough car to stay there, and if we get a caution, we get our lap back, and that's what happened. And he was real patient when we got back there in the back of the pack, and took his time coming back up through there. So it wasn't that bad. It's between him and the spotter when the car's on the racetrack. So let them do their thing and try to just stay off the radio and keep a clear channels in between him and Jeff Dickerson.
Coach Gibbs, your thoughts going to victory lane with this number 18 team?
Well, my thoughts are, when you got a race team like that, you got 3 cars, and it's almost like the emotions are all over the place. At first, you're down there, you're upset because Kyle, everything that happened there on the pit road, and he winds up a lap down. You got Tony leading the race, and all of a sudden Tony gets, cuts a tire down. You got Denny, looks real strong, and then all of a sudden he gets shuffled all over the place. And so for me, it's just emotions are all over the place. And, of course, at that point, mid-race, you figure there's no way Kyle's going to have a chance to win it. And so I'm really proud of our whole team. As Kyle said, it was a total team effort. Steve did a great job. Everybody on pit road did a great job. But, staying that calm and cool and find a way to fight his way back, you just got to say it was a great day for us, and really proud of the guys.
J.D., got anything to add there?
That's a question. That's $5.
Just $5.
For us, side bet there.
I'll make you a deal.
He get $250 for
we made. What's encouraging about this, but people don't realize how much time and effort goes into preparing these speedway cars and motors, and it's a whole different deal for 4 races. So, and you're in that position so many times. Like Daytona, we had great equipment, great cars, and you don't wind up winning it. So a lot's out of your control. So to be able to capitalize yesterday and then today, I think it was really encouraging for everyone at Joe Gibbs Racing and our whole crew.
Okay, I've got something here I think is of note. This is Kyle's 7th NASCAR victory this season, spread over 3 series. In the truck series, he's won at California and Atlanta. In the Nationwide Series, he's won at Texas, Phoenix, Mexico City. And in the Sprint Cup Series, he's won in Atlanta, Talladega. So he's, as I mentioned, touched them all from intermediate, short track, super speedway, road course. Let's take questions now from the media. If you have a question, raise your hand. We'll start right here. State your name, affiliation, please.
David Poole, Sharp Reserve for Kyle. Just slide, JD. This has been a track where everything that could possibly go wrong for you has gone wrong for you. Today, in many ways, once you got, going a lap down shouldn't have surprised you because that's been your pattern here. But from that point on, pretty much everything that happened after that went right. Is that a product of this being such a good team, or is that a product of the fact that everything is going right for you all season? Or is it all the above?
Well, I'd like to say that I'm smarter than I look, but that's certainly not the case. So, today it was just due to having a great car. Mark Conquest and all those guys at the shop did an awesome job building a great Toyota engine today. But, in order to power us up through there and through the field when we were getting, bumped and banged all over the place. But, getting a lap down, yeah, that was like a typical Talladega there. But, I didn't wreck today. So I am ultimately happy about that, and greatly appreciative that I was able to win today, because it's just been a struggle here at this place for certainly a couple years, and I don't think I've ever finished one here yet without having some sort of damage. So today we still had damage, but it wasn't enough that kept us from victory lane.
Question over here, Steve. Go ahead.
Steve Rogers, Arkansas Democrat Gazette. Kyle, the ability to push all the way around the track, was that something you guys discovered this weekend? Everybody, and the factors for that, is it the fact that the bumpers match and the new surface, and also, Steve, it made the cars so much faster at times. I know that the cars have chips in them. Was there concern over, maybe engine damage or something like that?
For the drafting around here, we sort of figured that out with the new asphalt as soon as it was laid, and we got the old cars here. We could bump draft each other all the way through the corners, and the bumpers on the old cars, they lined up at the restrictor plate tracks because the front ends were so high and the rear ends were so low. We kind of tipped the bodies on those cars, and then, with these cars, it's the same way. The noses are high, the rear bumpers are low, where we could bump draft with these things too. And being able to bump draft all the way through the corner, just builds so much speed, all the way around this place. And NASCAR doesn't like it, but when you got two guys that know what they're doing and can keep a car straight, and you don't hit somebody too hard, then when you just set on them nicely, then it really works, and you can use it to your advantage pretty well. And a couple of guys were able to do that today. I saw Denny doing it a lot as well, and I felt comfortable with it.
We'll take a question here, Jen, and then we'll go down the row. Go ahead.
Associated Press. I'm going to ask JD, so the bet really, because Kerry doesn't count. When you guys went after Kyle, you knew he was a good driver, but this start to the season is pretty unbelievable. Why, some drivers, when they come in, it takes them time to get up to speed. What's going on here that he's just so red hot and everything's clicking?
Yeah, no, I don't. There's no pat answer for it, but I do think. I think for us, really, the first time we got a real good glimpse of it was I was telling somebody at that test at Atlanta in the fall, you realize we had something really special there. And you can see it in Steve's eyes and those guys. We have, each of our teams have a group of really gifted guys. The 18, for whatever reason, we haven't been able to show it the past few years, but I think now having Kyle to fill that hole there, and then having Steve and those guys working together, and Mark on the motor side, I just think there's a lot of things that really fit into that package, and first and foremost, you have to have that guy behind the wheel, and he just has a natural, really talent for it. And so I think we're blessed to be a part of that and see it. And the exciting thing is you forget how young he is. So how many years we have left to kind of grow together, win races and championships really
Not
is
many.
Encouraging. He's got at least 5 before he retires to an island somewhere.